All right, let's talk about the resume black hole. You know the one. You pour hours into crafting the perfect resume, you click submit, and poof, it's just gone. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden system that's swallowing up your applications and give you a real, actionable strategy to actually beat it. Let's jump in. Seriously, we've all been there, haven't we? You find that perfect job posting. You spend your weekend tweaking every single bullet point, making sure everything is polished, professional, powerful. You hit submit, feeling pretty good about it. And then, crickets. Just total silence. It is so frustrating, it's demoralizing, and it happens way more than it should. But why? Well, this whole experience has a name. It's called the keyword mirage. And it's this really comforting but totally, completely wrong idea that when you send your resume in, a person is on the other side carefully reading it. The truth, it's a lot colder and more automated than that. So, if a person isn't reading your resume first, then what is? To really get what's going on, you have to meet the gatekeeper. You have to meet the machine, the applicant tracking system, or ATS. Yeah, that's right. Forget about a hiring manager appreciating your carefully chosen font or your compelling career story. The very first reader is a piece of software. It scans, it parses, and it scores your resume long before any human being ever lays eyes on it. And believe me, if you're applying to a company with more than, say, 50 people, this machine is your first and biggest hurdle. Now, here's the absolute key mind shift you have to make. We think the ATS is designed to find the best candidate. It's not. Its actual job is way more brutal. It's built for mass elimination. Its one and only goal is to take a giant pile of, say, 800 resumes and just slash it down to a tiny, manageable shortlist. It's a bouncer, not a talent scout. So, how does it decide who to cut? Well, the ATS isn't reading for context. It's not trying to understand the nuances of your career. It's just a simple and honestly, a lot of the time, a pretty dumb keyword matching engine. Okay, so if your first audience is a machine, you can't write a resume for a human, right? It just won't work. So let's figure out a strategy to start speaking the machine's language. Check out this example. To a human recruiter, a phrase like led high-impact initiatives sounds fantastic. They get it. They know you managed big projects. But if the job description specifically asked for cross-functional project management, the machine sees those two phrases and finds zero match. You get 0 points. And that right there is the bottom line. This machine has no concept of nuance. It doesn't get synonyms. It has no idea that managed a team is pretty much the same thing as personnel leadership. All it knows is one thing. Does this word on the resume exactly match the word it's looking for? Yes or no? So what's the play here? What do you actually do? You have to stop looking at the job description as a vague wish list. From now on, that job description is your treasure map. Your entire job is to dig through it, find the exact key phrases and skills they use, and then mirror that precise language in your resume. Not the feeling, not the general idea, the actual words. But hold on, keywords aren't the only trap. Look at this. On the left, you've got what a lot of us think a great modern resume looks like, right? It's got a fancy 2-column layout, maybe some of those cool bar graphs to show your skill level. The deep irony, that's the exact stuff that breaks the ATS. The machine gets confused by columns, it can't read graphics. What it wants, what it can understand, is the boring, simple single-column format you see on the right. Okay, so we know how to please the machine now. We know the keywords, we know the format. But what if the best strategy isn't to please the machine at all? What if it's to just go around it? Let's talk about a much, much more powerful approach, bypassing the front door completely. I mean, after all that work trying to game the system and please a robot, you gotta ask yourself, is this even the right game to be playing? What is the single most effective way to actually get hired? Let's just look at the data. It's pretty staggering. When you apply through an online portal, the front door, your success rate is somewhere around a measly 2 to 5%. Now look at the other bar. If you get an internal referral from someone who already works at the company, your chances skyrocket to between 30 and 50%. That is a 10 times better shot, or even more. You're not even in the same ballpark anymore. And the reason why is so simple. A referral is a system bypass. It's like a secret password. It yanks you out of that digital pile of 800 anonymous applicants and puts your name directly in front of the actual human being who can hire you. You just skip the filter entirely. But what if you don't know anyone at the company? That's okay. You're not out of luck. You can create your own bypass. Do a little research. Find the likely hiring manager on LinkedIn. Send them a short, smart, respectful message that proves you get the problem they're trying to solve with this role. You are creating a human connection. A machine can't do that. So we've broken down the system, we've looked at the real data, and we've talked about how to find the side doors. Let's put this all together into your new, much smarter application strategy. Here it is, your new 3-step playbook. Step 1, map the keywords. You treat that job description like gospel and mirror its exact language. Step 2, simplify your format. Go with a clean, single-column layout that a machine can actually read. And step 3, and this is the most important one, find a new door. You've got to start prioritizing referrals and direct outreach instead of just relying on that black hole of an online portal. You know, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Winning the job hunt isn't always about being the single most qualified person. It's about being the person who's patient enough and smart enough to understand the architecture of the game they're actually playing. It's about being strategic. So the final question this all leaves us with is pretty simple. Are you going to keep being a passive variable? Just another number getting fed into the system, hoping it spits you out on the right side? Or are you going to understand the architecture, find a new door, and become a playmaker in your own career? Really, the choice is yours.